Hi. So this is, okay. Several years ago, I was diagnosed as traits of borderline. Traits of, in other words, I wasn't borderline, but I had traits of it and I needed help. So, extra help. So they were going to send me to a support group for borderline personality disorder. And so I was always, fine with that. Okay, I have traits of borderline. I would self-harm and I had eating disorder, so I needed help. But lately, but not by the same psychiatrist, but a different psychiatrist says I am severely borderline. Not just borderline, but severely borderline. And I am not, it doesn't sit right with me, okay? No. Not because it's shameful to have, but I just don't believe that I have it. I believe I have traits of it. I believe that most, if not every person has at least one trait of borderline personality disorder. But I just don't believe that I have it. Like, I've been diagnosed with other things before and I was fine with it because I believed it. Like post-traumatic stress disorder, OCD, social phobia, that kind of thing. Like, I was like, yeah, sure, whatever, I have that. But this I don't believe it. So I'm going to go through the traits of borderline with you guys so that, one, I can figure out if I'm borderline, and you guys can leave in the comment section what you think I'm borderline. And for two, so that we can learn what borderline is. Well, what is borderline? I have it on my trusty. Okay. Symptoms include splitting. What is splitting? It is when you see in black and white. When you see one person as really amazingly superb in one moment and horrible and that you can't stand them in the next moment. They're the worst person in the world. I don't have that. I'm sorry, Mr. Psychiatrist, but I don't split people. I see them. People have their perfections and imperfections, and no one's perfect. I don't freak out on anyone. Next, chaos in relationships. Well, that doesn't need explaining. Chaos in relationships. No, I mean, no. I'm fine with my friends. I have friends that I've kept since I was little. I have several friends that I've kept since I was little. Little Melissa. And so I don't have trouble keeping friends. If there's ever an issue, then we talk about it or write about it or find some way to discuss it. But no, I wouldn't say that I have chaos in my relationships. Let's see. Markedly disturbed sense of identity. With that splitting Melissa into two people, that bitch and Melissa being the bitch, being all the abuse I suffered and the self-hate and all that stuff would be her, and I used to feel like that I was two people, but I knew in my mind I wasn't true. So I don't know if that fits in there. I'm not sure, but I don't do that anymore. That was years ago. It was pretty much when I was hating myself, and I didn't want to be the person I was hating. Intense or uncontrollable emotional triggers. Yes, I'm sorry. It's a trait. But that could just be classed as PTSD. Because I get triggered by certain things, and that's in the PTSD category. So I don't think that necessarily has to be both. But anyways, maybe both. We'll call that a symptom. I'm triggered by certain things about my past, and it makes me behave strangely sometimes. But that's also, I believe, just PTSD. I'm trying to get it back here. Unstable interpersonal relationships and self-esteem. Self-esteem, I would have to admit, it's pretty shit. It's garbage. It's no good. I used to be so proud of my YouTube channel, and now I just like when I check comments every time the video turns on and I have to pause it, and I'm just like, I hate that dumb bitch. Like, what is she doing on YouTube anyway? She doesn't know what she's talking about. I can't stand to see her face. I can't stand to hear her voice. I can't stand her, and that's how I feel about my videos now. So I'm trying really hard to push past that, make videos anyways, and see them as a positive thing and not a negative thing. So self-esteem, yeah, it is pretty bad. Okay, so we'll call that a trait. I don't know how many traits we're gonna go through before I turn into a borderline. Hopefully that won't happen by the end of this video. Concerns about abandonment. Yes and no. Let's see. My friends, I've had friends since I was, like I said, in grade school. I'm not afraid that they're gonna leave me. They're my rocks. They're there, and they're not leaving me. And my family, they're there. They're there to the death. They're there, and I'm not afraid that I'm gonna lose them. But I've lost some new friends, and it kind of hurt. And I think that new people that come into my life may feel that they can't take me because I do have my issues that can be kind of scary. I mean, I have my past of self-harm and my eating disorders and all this stuff that kind of scare people. So anyone new that comes into my life, I think that maybe, you know, maybe they will leave me. And that's something that I found hard, but oh gosh, I'm not gonna cry. Next! Next, let's go next. Self-damaging behavior. Well, let's face it, my channel started off as a channel about cutting. So yeah, and my eating disorders, yeah. And I would think that's where the psychiatrist would have gotten, especially the severely borderline, because when I would cut, it would be severely cut. Lots of stitches, one time 59 stitches at once, lots and lots of stitches, very severe, and my eating disorders were to the point of near-death experiences for me. So I think that maybe that's where you got the severely part, maybe. But yes, I definitely have self-damaging behaviors. And open, impulsivity! And I think that's the same thing as self-harm and eating disorders, that you're being impulsive. Self-harm. So that should really be the same category, not two. Why are they trying to pin me down? That's not cool. Frequently accompanied by depression. Okay. Okay, fine. Anxiety, yes, fine. Anger, no. I'm not an angry person. I can get angry, but I'm not like, I never yell or throw things or like, if I'm angry, I'll sit there and seethe a little bit, and then I'll calm down and I'll go talk to the person about it. That's my anger. I don't throw things, and I'm not like scary angry person. No, it's not me. Come on, open up. Or rage. No rage in me. Okay, the most distinguishing symptoms of BPD, borderline personality disorder, are marked sensitively to rejection, negative criticism, and thoughts and fears of possible abandonment. Overall, the features of borderline personality disorder include unusually intense sensitivity in relationships with others, difficulty regulating emotions, and impulsivity. Other symptoms may include feeling unsure of the personal identity and values, having paranoid thoughts, yes, but that's also marked by post-traumatic stress, so let's not pin me down here. Feeling stressed, and severe dissociation. Okay, so this dissociation, I used to dissociate a lot. I'm not liking this. Okay, I'm willing to admit that it's possible, but I still like to think that it's traits of borderline. Traits. It's much easier to swallow. It's nicer. But severely borderline, I don't like it. I don't like the diagnosis. Are you guys? Have any of you guys been diagnosed borderline? How do you feel about it? Did you believe it? Did you believe it? But you, anyways, felt negatively about it. So this is that's what borderline is. This is the list. I got it off Wikipedia. It's really easy to find. If you want to research borderline personality disorder, it's not the hardest thing to find information on. I'm gonna shut up now because this video gets long. Yeah, bye.